Hey, how's it going? Do a quick update video. Been super busy lately, but who isn't, you know? So obviously finished the foundation on the greenhouse, put the shell back on, put some cheap plastic on there. It's actually a little thicker than I usually use, so probably last the winter. There's some cold seams and stuff in the concrete, nothing major. And a couple vents on the outside here. Only one of them's hooked up and outputting right now. I need to get a fan for the input as well. So getting some cool air in. Really warm day today. And this is Adventures in Greenhousing. So obviously what we want out of this greenhouse is to extend the growing seasons. Kind of normalize the temperatures. Around here we get really hot days and really cold nights. So it was 4 degrees this morning when I came outside to do the watering. In the shade here now, this wood is sitting at 30.2. So it was a pretty warm day. Look at that, like, you know, for Celsius, 26 degrees difference in the day. That's crazy. So inside of here is just cooking. 53 on the soil. That's silly. These poor plants, right? 38 in them. 35, 38, yeah, like the peppers are happy as can be, right? These guys are regenerating. They've already given fruit once, so they're still dropping some of their old leaves, but they actually came back, and look at the buds they're forming now. After we put them in here in the heat, they just love it. These guys are happy too. A little bit of leaf curl on that one. That's dried out pretty good today. It was hot today. The tomatoes are obviously not loving it too much. The basil is long past gone. Whatever, I keep it around. Yeah, so these Tiny Tims, they're pretty happy, but they could be happier if it was a little bit cooler, right? So a little setup here to experiment with this. What we've got is a little bathroom fan. It's not a very good one. It's a pretty cheap guy. And that's piped down right into the ground. Takes a loop around this access panel and then back the other way on the outside. Comes out here to one of those vents. So at the very top, the wood. Let's get the wood in the shade there. 47 or so. 45 on the white. Pretty hot still. I'll go out and check the vents here. A little bit of tape on there so the laser will work properly. This is the one that isn't hooked up. About 40 degrees in the sun. This is the one that is hooked up. And the air that's coming out has actually cooled that down to 35. Pretty cool. Because the soil, this morning I came out when it was 4 degrees outside. This has been running yesterday. Pulled this vent off of here and turned the fan on, and it was immediately outputting 21 degree air, which isn't that great, but there was still 21 degrees in the soil. So I let that run for about an hour and it knocked it down to about 16 degrees because it's going to be constantly inputting cold air, right? But there isn't very much soil on top of this whole piping system right now. It's just this stuff. Perforated weeping tile underground. So this switches to this after a while. There are holes in there, and hopefully it'll just dry out the air a little bit. In the winter there'll be a dampening system that will close this off so that it'll go right from underground to the input, so all it'll be doing is circulating through the ground. That's the idea anyways. And then there'll be a couple inches of gravel coming in here. Level that out, and then probably a concrete pad coming in next year. Not all the way to the perimeter, maybe in a little bit. There's going to be a second shell probably on the inside here. I'm still trying to figure out how far inside from the first shell I want the second one. I really want to make it through the winter and try to keep some heat in here. And this is a tough winter, man. Oh, hey bud. Hey, what's up? So down here Let's see how today's going. It's a mess. 28 degrees for that 15 million pounds of concrete down there. Lots. Beaucoup du concrete. 24 up there. 27 down there right near the input, right? So down underground is probably more like 24 or so, 25. 10 feet down. So that's what will circulate into the concrete, and then this air thing will go up here and we'll see what works. Pretty tough to keep these temperatures regulated, but it's a worthwhile endeavor. Things are coming along out here. The pumpkin patch is dried out a bit today. It's a hurting day. Everything's so dry. It's hot today. All right, later.